We have seen more people cycling to earn a living over the past few months. The pandemic has moved the conversation towards creating a future where we prioritize the mobility of people. Let's now have an exchange with Jedd Ugay from the Move as One coalition. Jedd, thank you so much for joining us. Do you think the coalition proposal to invest in other means of transport, including cycling, will become a reality?
Yes, we think that this will be a reality given that a lot more people, Filipinos, are now starting to use cycling as a resilient mode, especially in the post-pandemic new normal.
Let's watch now this report, Jedd, from our correspondent Lois Calderon on the good, the bad, and the ugly of the two-wheeled economy.
An economy standing on two legs, and maybe on three, is a strong one. That theory takes a new meaning, literally, for the jobless. Riding on two wheels 6 times a week, Reynald Perez now doubles his income.
Kinikita po namin pagka matumal po 1,000 minimum. Pag malakas naman po yung dire-diretso yung booking, nasa 2,000.
These three wheels do grab attention, but in Divisoria, they're common. It's a lifesaver for Ranil Lloren, who lost his RTW business.
Nung nagsimula po ng e-trek, itong pandemic na eh.
Less is more if you think of wheels and Manila's congested roads. More mobility, more earnings for two-wheel riders like Reynald. But cutting off cars, dodging across lanes spell trouble. E-trikes seem safer. Because they're an eye-catcher, it's hard to miss them, and that helps prevent crashes with cars. But Ranil has a different story.
Minsan ka naman din, minsan maalagay ka sa langanin. May ruta din kami nga bawal dito, bawal along pero minsan pumapasok kami.
May insurance naman po kayo?
Ay wala po.
Without franchise and without insurance, that's literally driving on a freeway. But danger may just be around the corner. Lois Calderon, CNN Philippines.
Jedd, you just heard from that report from Lois. Danger may just be around the corner with many of these two-wheel drivers like Ranil and Reynard. Having an urban mobility plan is ideal, but if there are no regulations to back it up, there could be more road accidents.
Right. So there is actually a need not just for the government institutions to improve their capacity for enforcement, but also for everyone to have better training and education about road sharing and road etiquette.
So do you think that these two-wheeled bikes or even three-wheeled bikes, the drivers should get a license for them to be able to share the road with motorcycles and with vehicles?
Our group doesn't really think that licenses are necessary. So actually, that's a barrier to increasing use of bike usage. But what is important are the infrastructure is there. So the proper infrastructure such as bike lanes and other active transport infrastructure. For example, for pedestrians, we don't really require pedestrians to have licenses. And similarly, for bikers also, as long as they have their own space in the road to reduce conflicts and to have education in their driving, it should be okay.
And you know, before I came back to the Philippines, I lived in Singapore, and before you can even ride a bike on the road, you have to go through training and you have to have a license. And if you don't have that, you will be penalized and fined. Do you think that also should be done here in the Philippines, education and training before these cyclists can go on the road?
More important actually there is that the infrastructure should be present. So in Singapore, we see that the policies and the infrastructure for biking are there, and they are continuously improving their biking infrastructure to this day. But in the Philippines, we don't see yet a lot of these bike infrastructure, so that it's difficult for bikers to really see where they can, saan sila lulugar, where is their space on the road. So there really is there has to be a review first of how we can share the road amongst all road users, and that includes bikers.
Thank you so much for joining us on the exchange, Jedd Ugay from the Move as One Coalition.